I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome to July and Tuesday and the start of a new fresh week, the start of a summery week, the start of
Yeah, the start of fall.
the start of fall.
We're after the 4th of July. So, I mean, I say that, but we've both been in Hobby Lobby, and let's face it, that fall aisle has been up for
Quite a while now.
couple of months, I think. I think
Yeah.
it's been up since
School
May.
ended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Crazy.
yeah, so hopefully.
But I did see in Target they started putting up back to school.
Oh, really? I haven't been in Target
Yeah.
in a little bit. I figure
Yeah.
that's what I was talking to the kids about that, like kind of at the end of the school year, like yeah, pretty much once what am I trying to say?
4th of
4th of
July?
July happens, it's pretty much like, all right, back to school. Because, like, we already got
Yeah.
I already saw online, like, for Meet the Teacher, at least for one of the schools,
Mm.
it's August 6th, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say school down here starts early. So,
Yeah, first day of school is like
it's
August
different.
11th.
Yeah,
So
so,
the 6th
yeah,
is Meet the Teacher. So, I mean, we're pretty
yeah,
much at a month away now at this point for all
yeah,
that.
exactly. Yep,
I always
exactly. So,
hated that as a kid. Oh my gosh. I remember being a kid in school and like hating when you would be going in the store and it's like all the back to school stuff and you're just like, no, say it
yeah,
ain't
it's
so.
summer just started. Why are you doing this to us?
Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
hate that so much. So,
yeah,
yeah, hopefully everyone had a great and safe 4th of July. Hopefully at least none of our listeners blew off your hand, lighting the firework or
yeah,
anything like that. You know,
yeah.
that
That's
wouldn't
no
be
fun.
good. That wouldn't
That
have been
ruins
good.
the holiday. It really ruins the holiday if
Yeah.
you do that.
That's why I keep it safe to the little poppers.
Just
I like the little
sparklers.
or sparklers. Even sparklers, is a little risky sometimes, it does get a little
Yeah,
freaky. I like the
that's true.
little things that you just throw at the ground. Even those it is kind of funny with those cuz like you guys always bought us those as
Yeah.
kids and it's like
Mm-hmm.
fun for a little bit, but then you're just like, okay, like so this is all it does is like
Yeah. Well,
make
no,
it
that, but but also at a point you start going, okay, but what else can we do? And you start thinking,
yeah.
what if I lit the whole box on fire?
Exactly.
That's
That's what I'm saying. Like, so this is, the first couple ones, it's like, oh, yeah, it kind of
yeah.
sounds like pop,
Ooh,
pop, pop.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then after you throw a couple, you're like, so you got anything else for us? Because kind
yeah,
of over
right,
this.
right. These were fun for like a second, but
Yeah.
or you start throwing them at people, you know, like try to
Oh,
hit
yeah,
someone
no,
with them.
exactly. Right.
Yeah.
That's like life growing up with brothers for sure. So I was on Instagram the other day, like I am every day, since, I have made it very clear I'm not really TikTok-ish anymore. Sometimes when I get on my laptop, though, I'll go on TikTok and, like, I'll log in on the web. But
Mm-hmm.
since I can't have it on my phone, um, I'm an Instagram scroller. And I will say I kind of do miss, like, flip-flopping back and forth from the apps because I really did like TikTok. Like I really did like
Yeah.
scrolling. TikTok's a good scrolling one. I don't know what it is, but scrolling on Instagram, I don't know if it's my algorithm or what. I don't know. It's just not the same as like scrolling on TikTok.
The only thing I don't like when you scroll on TikTok is if you linger too long on a video, you'll see 10 more videos just like, and all you have to do is linger like
Like
just
I
a
didn't
little
even
bit too.
like it that much.
Yeah, like I'll be going past something and it'll be something that I'm not really interested in, but I'll stop and I'll be like, "Wait, what is this?" And then I'll realize it's not something I'm interested in, and I'll scroll past it and then like three more videos on the same topic will come up and it's like, "What
I know.
how
Yeah,
how
there
did I
goes.
poison my algorithm that quickly?"
Now I gotta look up specifically things that I like and manually waste my time now
Yeah,
reorganizing my
yeah.
algorithm.
Yeah. Correcting the algorithm.
So yeah, I was scrolling on Instagram and my algorithm on there has been a little different lately, and
Hmm.
it's like giving me a lot more informative stuff. I don't know if it's from like searching stuff for the podcast or just, talking out loudly about stuff
Yeah.
around it, which is probably more likely. But I was scrolling the other night right before bed and I got lost in this girl's videos. And it's because like clearly she knows her stuff. And let me see her name. So her name on Instagram is the Doctor Knockout, which is actually cute and clever because she's an anesthesiologist.
Okay.
And I've never been under anesthesia ever, like for anything. But um now after watching her videos, I kind of want to be just to see the experience.
Oh,
But
oh, I
she,
thought you were going to say you don't ever want to be because of what
well,
you told me
only if
about too.
she's putting me under anesthesia. So, because again, she like seems like she knows her stuff. So she was just explaining so much about anesthesia that blew my mind that I'm like, oh my gosh, like anesthesia actually is so cool. What a cool job that would be. Like so she was telling me, the audience, that basically when you are put under anesthesia, that your entire body, like, basically she explained it so much better, so go watch her videos. But she was saying how like when you're under anesthesia, you pretty much, most times, a lot of times, you stop breathing, and like your airway is like interrupted because that part of your brain is just not necessarily shut off, but disconnected, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to help you manually basically breathe. And that's why it's so important to have like a board certified, reputable, good anesthesiologist and anesthesiologist team and everything like that, because, under the wrong person, they don't even probably fully know how to properly keep you breathing, which is the number one thing. She also was saying how before you're put under anesthesia, a lot of times, especially if it's like your first time going under anesthesia, they will they'll give you medication beforehand that pretty much paralyzes you, essentially,
Wow.
and it stops all your muscles except your heart. Your heart is able to, which honestly, like, even as she's describing this, it's like the human body is also just so cool, the way it works and the way it functions, and just the fact that you can, like, with different medications and medical practices, like, just shut off just certain parts of the brain.
Right.
Wild, but like I'm not dead, and you're able to just bring me back. So like it paralyzes you essentially and like shuts down your muscles, and that's to avoid, I guess, during surgery you don't want your body to have a random like muscle spasm. That
Mm-hmm.
would be bad. So they do that to you. And then she also said that they, during under anesthesia, it turns off your, like, your pain receptors in the brain,
Right.
so you don't feel any pain. They also have to tape your eyes shut because I guess like your eyes won't fully close under anesthesia as well. So that's
I
why they
never
will
knew
like,
that.
that's why they'll like put a piece of tape over your eyes, otherwise your eyes would like stay a little open.
They would stay open and would just
Creepy.
freak out the doctor
Like,
that's operating on you.
yeah. Why does he keep looking at me?
He's blinking. Why is he blinking?
So, yeah, and the pain receptors, and then she was also saying how like there's, it's kind of like a lot of people think that, or just assume that time would move like super slow under anesthesia and almost stop, but she was saying that it's actually quite the opposite, and that under anesthesia it's almost like the closest to time travel that we'll ever get, because, or have gotten so far, I should say, because she was saying that like under anesthesia, 3 hours of surgery, one, by the time you go under anesthesia and you wake up, 3 hours of surgery to you is gonna feel like minutes.
Oh
like
yeah.
only a few minutes passed. It won't feel like you were laying there forever. It'll feel like you closed your eyes and woke up.
Yeah. And I've you have never been under anesthesia. I've been under
Yeah.
anesthesia a few times.
Mhm.
And I can tell you that's accurate. I've been under different types because there's what they call twilight where you're actually kind of still aware but not really. But
Mhm.
I've also been under full anesthesia,
Mhm.
and it's exactly that. Like you'll fall asleep and you'll wake up and you'll be like, I'm done already. Like
Oh,
you'll it
really?
feels like
Like you
almost
just
like an instant. Yeah.
really?
Like you probably remember usually they'll give you like they put an IV in you, they'll inject some stuff that I think just relaxes you
That's probably the
first.
muscle stopper.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you said that. I was
Mhm.
like, that's probably what that first stuff is.
Yeah.
And then they'll give you, the regular anesthesia, and that like sometimes they'll be like, okay, count backwards from 10, and it'll be like 10, 9, or you'll get a few numbers in and you're
And then you
gone.
wake up and you're like
And then you wake up.
4, 3.
Yeah. Crap, where was I?
No, and
No.
she no,
Yeah.
she did say that like that a lot of what anesthesia does too is kind of like it messes with your moods as well. So she said that that's why sometimes people will like either wake up laughing or they'll wake up because they're like coming off of this like disruptor basically.
Right, right,
And
right,
she said that like before you wake up to kind of ease everything into like you into just the wake up after something like
right,
that. She
right.
said that they do give you medication to literally reverse everything that they just did. Like it's specific medication to not just let it like wear off. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally meant to like cancel it out and reverse everything that just happened,
Oh,
which is
wow.
super cool too. And that's how you just automatically, pretty much automatically regain, you know,
Yeah.
muscle function again and yeah, all of that stuff. Um, but the thing that she said out of all of that that's like just so cool, one thing she said that I thought was so interesting was when you're under anesthesia, there's this big misconception and where like people think that they are like going to sleep. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I get, so many patients where um they'll literally be like, "Oh, good. I'm happy I'm going under anesthesia. I could use a few hours of sleep." But she was saying how like anesthesia is not that at all. Like you aren't getting like proper rest at all. You're not going through the stages of sleep or REM or anything. And in fact, the medications that they give you for anesthesia is literally making it so that it's like cutting off your memory. Like you
Oh,
won't
wow.
have any memory between when you fall asleep and when you wake up. The anesthesia is not letting you absorb any type of memory or have any
Wow.
type of dreams. You will not have any type of dreams under anesthesia. Um, the last thing you'll remember when you woke up was literally going to sleep. And
Wow.
so like that's why when you wake up from anesthesia, they do tell you like go home, get some rest, get some sleep because it doesn't matter how long your surgery was, you weren't sleeping during it. Your body is basically just like kind of being put into a coma, I guess, in a way, but you might even dream in a coma.
Yeah.
Um
True,
and
true.
so that goes forward to um Michael Jackson, and she was talking about him, and she was talking about how he was taking well, he was being administered propofol for pretty much every night to help him go to sleep.
Mhm.
And besides the fact that that is so bad, because propofol is an anesthesia, it's a general anesthesia. It's what
Right.
literally is used,
It's not a sleep aid.
not a sleep aid, not even
No.
close to a sleep aid. Like you, yeah, I don't even know. Like, yeah. definitely not a sleep aid. My coffee is more of a sleep aid. So yeah, he was being administered, or they were administering propofol to him every single night to help him go to sleep. And what's worse than that is that the person who was administering this to him wasn't even an anesthesiologist. He was a cardiologist, and he wasn't even board certified at the time.
Wow.
Double whammy. He should
Yeah.
not have been even giving, like, administering anesthesia at all, basically. And he, like, there's even dentists and like doctors who don't even, like, they're not even gonna mess around with
Right,
anesthesia.
because it's not their specialty.
It's
It's
not
not
their
what
specialty.
they're.
It doesn't, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was giving him this every single night, and why it's so dangerous is because, as I said, like, when you're under anesthesia, you stop breathing. Like, it
Right.
stops that pathway to make your lungs function. So to not even have someone, honestly, I'm surprised something didn't happen sooner for as
Right.
often as he was taking it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out is like, if he was taking that, if he was being administered that, number one, that's something they administer. It's not like a pill. That's something that's administered through an IV.
It's like a
So he
serious
was,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. And if it stops you from breathing,
Hmm.
then what was he wearing, like an oxygen mask or something to, you know what I mean, to
I
keep
don't
like the
know.
oxygen flow going or
I don't even know how they, like, manually. Yeah, I don't know. But he was being given that, and then to make all of that even worse, like, he wasn't even getting sleep, which was, I would assume. I mean, I don't know. I feel like eventually he must have fallen asleep on his own or taken naps on his own or whatever. But um, the fact that he wasn't, that was all happening and he wasn't even getting quality sleep as well. It's just like, that is awful. Shame on
right,
the doctor that was even doing that, because regardless if he was an anesthesiologist or not, I don't know. I assume that, like, he would be knowledgeable enough to know that it's not a sleep aid. That
right,
propofol is
right.
not a sleep aid.
Yeah, and it's not like there aren't things that he could have been completely legally and ethically
Hmm.
have prescribed for him that would have achieved the desired results ooh, without giving him something that's not really meant for that.
Yeah. So crazy. Um,
Do you
yeah, and
wonder though, do you wonder where that came from? Like where him doing that came from? Like was that something that the doctor had
like,
done before,
recommended.
or was it a case where like maybe Michael Jackson was going for some surgery and he was like, yeah, that I had propofol and it really knocked me out. Can you prescribe some of that for me so that I can sleep? Like, did he approach the doctor with it? Because maybe he'd had a surgery where they used propofol and he thought, oh, that's what I need. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that could have happened, but then that's where it just goes back to the
Yeah, it's
like,
still
you're a
not
medical
ethical.
expert. Like, at some point, I don't know, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what kind of expert you're in, like, you're in a field where I'm sure people use anesthesia. Like, if you're a cardiologist, I'm assuming you have used anesthesia.
Hmm.
So that's what's weird to me, is like, he should have, in my head, he should have known better. Um and especially when you think about, like, how important sleep overall is to you. Like, that same girl, she was talking about, like, just how important just sleep is for
Hmm.
so many other functions in our body besides just being, rested.
Right.
um there was a study that was done, and it was a sleep study over, like, I think literally, quite literally, like, 1 million nights, or some ridiculous number like that, this long-term sleep study that this group of people were doing. And the people who followed the what is it? It's the 7-to-1 rule. It's they had a 24% less likelihood of mortality.
Mm.
And the 7-to-1 rule basically when you're sleeping is sleeping at least 7 hours every day within a 1 hour window. Like, so if you're somebody that normally goes to sleep at 10 o'clock every night, you should never stray away from that 10 o'clock bedtime more than an
Hmm.
hour
Okay, got you.
and get 7 hours from then. So you fall
Oh,
asleep.
oh, I gotta go then. You can
Yeah.
finish this up without me.
I'm on my hour on the back end actually right now. Like if you have to wake up at 7 o'clock for work or
Right.
whatever, let's say your bedtime is, I don't know, 11, I guess. You don't want to stray away. You don't want to go to bed earlier than 10 or later than midnight because you still want to stay somewhere in that 7 hour window. Make sure that you get that 7 hours of sleep, but you also don't want to stray away from that 1 hour window of going to sleep extra later than you normally do because it messes with
Ah,
your
yeah.
circadian rhythm.
Right.
And I guess when you just completely mess up your sleep cycle, it messes up your circadian rhythm, your internal clock, which affects so much more than just, again, feeling tired the next day. It affects your hormones, it affects your mood swings, it affects your metabolism.
Yeah.
Literally,
Do
it
you?
affects how long you live overall.
Yeah. Do you know? Was talking to a nutritionist trying to, figure out the weight thing. That
Hmm.
was one of the factors they talked about was not
Yeah.
getting enough sleep, and it can
Yeah.
affect weight gain even, which is like wild.
Because she was saying like a lot of people might think like, oh, whatever, like I'll just get like my 8 hours. I'll break it up. I'll get
Yeah.
like five
Yeah.
hours here. I'll take a couple naps later. Maybe go to sleep a
Right.
little earlier later, whatever. But
Sleep on some meetings because I have too many of those anyway.
she was like saying that it's not. It actually has nothing to do. It's more important to get just straight hours of quality sleep over breaking it up and
Right.
like just to hit your 8 hours. It's
Right.
better to
Right.
get 5 hours of quality sleep than just 8 hours total spread out sleep. So, now where that sucks is, the overnight workers because they're working overnight, so they got to sleep different hours and then switch it
Yeah.
on the day, that.
And their circadian rhythm is messed up anyway because they're sleeping when their brain says they should be awake, and they're awake when their brain says they should be asleep. So
But I did see this like thing that was saying a way that you know that your body even is going into like fat loss and stuff is because you that's one of the things is that like you'll start waking up either when your alarm is already about to go off or like before your alarm sometimes. And I remember I had this teacher in high school and he had said that he woke up at like, gosh, so early in the morning. I think if like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. early, probably 5 a.m. because I feel like back in high school, 5 a.m. even I would be like, what? It's so early.
what's wrong with you? Yeah.
So, but he said he would naturally, his body would just always naturally wake up at that time. And I'm assuming he probably went to sleep early enough that it wasn't like, he was getting a decent
Right.
amount of hours. But he said that his body always just naturally woke up at 5 and he would just like stay up at that time. He wouldn't go back to bed. He would just wake up and start his day at that time and,
Hmm.
either go for a walk or, just stay up, get some things done. And he said that like that's part of your internal clock because if if he's waking up on his own at 5 a.m., he could stay up and he'll probably feel way more awake, maybe a little tired later on, but way more awake than like I know even myself sometimes when that happens and I'll be like, I got like 45 minutes till my alarm goes off. I'm going back to bed.
Hmm.
Now, when I go back to bed and I wake up on my alarm, I feel way more tired than I did when I initially woke up the first time.
Yeah, that's true. that is true, and it's weird because like I right now have an alarm on my watch, my phone, that goes off at 6:25 every morning. I usually wake up around 6:20 or 6:22 every morning and
Yeah.
put my watch on and turn the alarm off before it goes off. So you're
Mhm.
right, like that is what happens. Like your body gets used to, oh, this is the time I wake up. But I do
Mhm.
hate what you're talking about, where you wake up like early enough that you're like, all right, I'm gonna go back to bed, because my problem then is then I almost always oversleep.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
feel worse,
You
and you
feel
feel like,
worse.
oh my god, I feel exhausted now. It's just
Mhm.
weird how
Yeah.
your body reacts to those things.
Yeah. And like I guess even that goes for, kind of like on a day that you don't have to wake up early. Like it's the weekend, you could sleep until 9 a.m. if you want. Normally
Right,
wake up at 6, you could sleep until 9. But your body is still going to wake itself up at that specific time just because
right,
like and really for like just your body's health purposes, you should just stay up at that time.
right, right.
Like think about days I know myself, like I've had some pretty lazy days where I'll just like be just tired and it's rainy outside, so I'll just be laying around,
Right.
sleeping all day, just having a full lazy day. And like it doesn't matter how much sleep you get in those days, you're still going to feel so tired at the end of the day somehow. And it's
Yeah.
because like at that point your body's rhythm is off.
Yeah. You messed it up. You broke it.
You broke it. Yeah,
You
exactly.
broke the rhythm. Yeah, no, that's true. So I guess the lessons we've learned are, um, get at least 7 hours of sleep, and don't take propofol. Is that?
Don't
No,
take
it's funny
propofol
when
recreationally.
yeah, well, yeah, take it when you need to. No, the other thing you mentioned about not dreaming during, like when you're under anesthesia. And it's funny because I've been, like I said, under anesthesia a few times. I've had a
Yeah.
few surgeries that I had to go under. Until you said that, I never really thought about it, and
Mhm.
I dream regularly. Like most nights, I have some kind of dream. I do not remember ever having any kind of dream under general anesthesia.
Mhm.
And that also ties into the whole thing that you're talking about, where the way time passes when you're
Yeah.
under that. Because if you were dreaming, time would feel like, I've had dreams
Oh,
where
right.
it feels like I was, the based on what happened in the dream, it feels like it was like 6 hours and I was asleep for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I've had
um
that too. Mhm.
yeah, so of course if the anesthesia somehow compresses that time, you're not gonna, there's not room for you to dream, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, exactly. And like I guess it's just because of the certain blockers that are in that drug that they're administering. It
Right.
it literally blocks, like you have all those sections of your brain, which again, the human body is just so cool. Um to even have like your brain where it separates into different, like you have this as your logical side and then your emotional side. And like if I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, that if I'm ever feeling like emotional or like I'm laughing or crying in a situation that I don't want to laugh or cry in, I will literally start doing math problems in my head.
Right. You're turning
And
on the logic center.
it's me turning on the logic center and getting out of the emotional center. Like, oh my God, I'm about to cry, I'm about to cry. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18. Because you know, I'm a little,
Yeah.
I really actually should switch to like nines. I'm a little more iffy on nines. Those would make me think more. I've
They would
become too
require
good
more
at
time.
sixes now. Yeah. Why am I still crying? 6 times 9.
Just just try to say the alphabet backwards. That would be another good one.
Oh, yeah. See that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would get far enough in that to like even trigger that side of the brain. It's like, now why am I
Yeah.
still angry? I'm still in emotions.
Yeah, right. That plus then it would do that. It would do exactly that. You'd be like, you wouldn't be crying, you'd be like angry, and
Is it
that's
ZXW
really
or
no better.
ZYX?
Yeah. Why am I even doing this? It's pointless. I'm
Yeah.
not this isn't a DUI. What's going on?
Yeah, so like even like just the fact that the brain is split up like that, and
Yeah.
then now they're able to like turn off those little sections of the brain, like you're just able to turn off pain
Yeah.
just for this moment while I'm getting surgery, and now you're going to give me a drug to reverse all that, and now I have my pain receptors back, and
And
ow,
ow. Yeah. Yeah.
because I just got
Yeah,
cut
that's
open in surgery.
but that's it's funny because that's part of it too that I never really thought about was the idea that like I'm thinking of it like you said originally like I
Mm-hmm.
it's just putting me in such a deep sleep that I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, have you ever been sound asleep so much that if somebody came up and smacked you in the face, you wouldn't feel it? No. I'm going to
Eh,
answer that for you. No. Maybe if you'd been drinking too much. No. I like
I don't know. I
seriously,
feel
if
like I've
I'm
been in some pretty deep sleeps before.
yeah, well you're different. Um, but you know what I'm saying? Like so for them to take like a thing
Yeah.
and cut into you and cut your
Oh,
organs
right,
and all
right.
that.
Yeah.
Like for them to be
They
able to
have
do that,
to.
like of course it's more than just a deep sleep. Like it
Yeah,
makes a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
sense
No,
that
exactly.
that there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
It's just, most of us most of us, normal folk that don't really think about those things or don't really know about those things, you think of it in the simplest terms possible, I guess. So
Of like, oh,
that is pretty
I'm just
cool.
in a super deep sleep and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
Like
super cool.
it's like my leg falls asleep. I can't feel it.
True. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, shout out to anesthesia and shout out to modern medicine because like
Anas who's anesthesia? Is that the doctor you were talking about? Was that her
shout out
name?
to
A-
propofol.
An
No,
Anesthesia.
She's Dr. Knockout, which makes
Oh,
sense
okay.
because she like, knocks people. I
Yeah,
get it.
I get
Makes
it. I
people
get
knock
it.
out.
I thought for when you first said that, I just thought she was really narcissistic. So,
Yeah. No, she's just an anesthesiologist, which is,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I was watching her videos and I was like, oh my
clever.
God, how cool would it be to be an anesthesiologist? Like,
Yeah,
anesthesia is so cool. Like,
yeah,
but
yeah,
also so risky at the same time. Like, their job in a way is just as crucial as like the doctors.
yeah.
Really, like,
Yeah. You could
just
say
as
more because
tedious.
for the doctor to be able to do a lot of what he does, they have to be able to do what they do. Like if you don't have an anesthesiologist that can put you to that state, right?
Hmm.
That doctor can't come at you with a scalpel. I mean, he could, but I don't think, when you started screaming bloody murder when he's cutting into your abdomen, it might not last very long,
They put you under anesthesia at the dentist now. Like if you need certain things done, they'll put you like when
Yeah.
yeah, like little kids, like when one of the kids went to the dentist,
Hmm.
they I think they were like pulling a tooth or something like that. Like
Yeah.
working with the
I
cavities
think
and stuff. They literally
I think
put
they
him
do
to
that.
sleep.
Yeah, I think they do that more at the doctor or the dentists now too, because of the people that have like severe anxiety about going to the dentist, because it's just easier
Oh,
for them. Because like I
yeah.
remember years ago, probably 12 or 13 years ago, I had to go to the dentist to have a tooth extracted,
Yeah.
and um, they gave me laughing gas, and I had never knowingly had laughing gas before,
Yeah.
but I understood why they called it laughing gas
It makes you
because
laugh.
I could not, for no reason at all, I
That's
could not,
so
like,
funny.
after they gave it to me while I'm sitting there in the room waiting for the dentist to come in and do the extraction, I just started laughing. Like, for no reason. There was nothing funny going on or anything. It was just,
They're looking at you
that's why they
like,
call it laughing.
get a hold
Yeah.
of yourself.
Yeah. What's wrong with you? There's nothing
Oh,
funny here, weirdo.
yeah. So, I learned all that stuff, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Who better to let know about my new foundings and my new knowledge than my dad
All
in
of
the
you.
podcast? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like really,
That's it.
I
Yeah.
couldn't think of, have you ever seen those videos where it's like, you know, I'll never tell your secrets to anyone except my sister or like except my wife or it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Except our podcast audience.
except my dad and our 90 YouTube subscribers, and I don't know how many subscribers we actually have on everything else, but
Yeah, I don't either. They're not as
YouTube, I
high on
think, is in the
Spotify, but
lead.
yeah, YouTube is. Although I have no way of
The
well,
favorite child.
I don't know. Yeah, that's right. That's why we give YouTube so much more love. I don't know how to tell on like iHeart or
Oh yeah.
I know on Spotify I can see which platforms because our main podcast hosting platform is Spotify,
Mhm.
but it pushes it out to all the other podcast platforms.
Mhm.
And I believe, at least as of the last time I checked, the most people get our podcasts through Apple Podcasts. So
Oh, that's
do
interesting.
with that what you will. Yeah,
Because I don't
yeah.
even have the Apple Podcast app on my phone. Like
No,
I just
you
always
do.
use.
You do. It's there. You just don't
I
use it. It's
deleted
like
it.
one of the.
No, I
Oh,
deleted it.
okay.
You can delete
Okay.
it. I deleted it on purpose, and then I never got it back.
it aggravated
No,
you.
no, no. I didn't want it on my phone. No, for
Oh,
real
I
though.
thought.
I
I thought.
took it off, and I like to use Spotify. Spotify is one of my faves
Yeah. Yeah.
for
Well,
podcasts.
see, right now, not to get into the weeds here, but our latest episode, or our previous episode, I guess it would be the true crime episode, actually had, um, 6 plays, very high, right, on
Mm,
Spotify, which on Spotify that's kind of high. So,
that is kind of high.
hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, here it is. I was just wanting to look at the end. This has nothing to do with our episode, but who cares? It's our episode. We'll do what we want.
True.
Um, oh gosh, now I lost it. Audience, is that where it is? I think it's under audience. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if we've talked about this before or recently, but do you know we are in 74 countries right now? We have been played in
Wow.
74. I didn't even know there were
I was
74
gonna say I
countries.
couldn't even name 74 countries.
Okay. Yeah, it's changed a little bit. So, platform, right? Web browser is the highest. People play us through the web browser. Although I don't know what that. Maybe they mean on. Well, I don't know.
YouTube.
30% of the people who play our episodes play them through a web browser. 29.9%, so basically 30%, play through Apple Podcasts.
Oh,
17.4% play through Spotify. So I don't even know what this one is. Flash briefing. Do you know what that is?
sounds like someone trying to hack us. Sounds like someone
Yeah,
using
eight,
us for AI to say things that we aren't saying.
right? I need to figure out what that is. 8.5%. iHeartRadio, 6.9%.
Wow.
Other, 4.6%. And Amazon Music, 2.7%. So,
Oh, Amazon Music.
yeah, we're on Amazon Music. So,
How about
if you're
that?
listening to us on there, you know, welcome. And if you're listening to us in one of our, okay, here we're going off into the weeds a little bit, but guess what the second most highest country, this is in the last 7 days, by the way, for our podcast is.
Hmm.
Second highest. United States is obviously the highest. Second highest,
Italy.
Brazil.
Oh.
Third highest, Vietnam.
Hmm.
Fourth highest, United Kingdom. Fifth
That's crazy
highest,
because I wouldn't think
India.
that we are like not to judge. You know, I don't judge, but I don't like to judge, but I wouldn't think that we are like people in Vietnam's niche, but maybe
Yeah,
we are.
you never know.
Hmm.
Could be military based. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Or, as Adrian pointed out, it could just be people on VPNs. We don't know.
oh,
So
true, true. Trying to
that was
using the
that was
VPN that they use to play their Netflix anywhere that they want.
yeah, yeah. But that was a little divergence there, but I thought that was interesting to add to the end
And if
of
you
this
stayed till
episode.
the end, comment and I will give you my A&M podcast mug. Nobody commented last time, which means they didn't stay till the end.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true, but you have to comment with the word Jabberwocky. Then we'll know you played till the end.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, all right, guys, thanks for checking us out. Stay tuned this week for another True Crime Thursday. I have a really good one for you that we'll talk about in the after show.
Okay, cool. Bye,
All right.
everybody.